Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and today we're going to take a look at the tangle Scallops from CZT Suzanne McNeill. Oh, I do like to mix things up because there's always, seemingly new tangles coming out, but I like to make sure and cover some of the older classic ones and have a nice mix. I like that. Okay, so this is a really nice fill-in, hence I drew my four corners and squiggly border. And of course this, you can do this starting any corner or going straight across if you wish. It's completely up to you. So this will start with, and these, okay, bigger than I think. There we go, mantra. All right, and then I'm going to go off the page. Big, as the name suggests, like scallops. So big C-shaped curve lines. Of course, you can do them whatever size you want. But we are filling things in, so just be forewarned. Sometimes I like to do just the full ones first. Just a thought. So that way it's okay, and then that would, it might come down there. Oh, maybe not. Actually this I do need like that. And I like to go underneath my border because it's fun. It's a fun challenge in the halabau technique. So that way you kind of have to figure out, well, what's going to go here, and if you are not familiar with halabau, it's a tangle. It's a technique, the art of drawing behind. It's Hollibaughh. It's also the last name of Maria's daughter, Molly. I always want to say Holly, not Holly, because it'd be Holly Halabau, and that would be really funny. But it's not. It's Molly, and I always hesitate. I don't know why. All right, how many years I've been doing this and knowing. Anyway, all right. So once you have your area filled up, then we're going to aura. We're going to do many auras, but we'll start with aura-ing just the outs. Aura-ing what we did. Let's just put it that way. And up to you how tight you keep that. And then on these little partials, you do have to, let's see, I think that would come down on the outside. Yeah, it would. You just have to judge where it goes under. I had to stop and look. It's like going, I didn't check. I checked earlier my camera angle, but sometimes I just get so excited to do this. I check everything else, but if only I had it just in a stationary place and I didn't have to worry about it. But then you'd still have to worry about it. Okay, so once we have all of those done, then it's not that you have decisions, but you have decisions. So we're essentially going to do 3 auras, but you want to leave a larger gap here. And well, let me just start down here. For some reason, I've been tending to just, let's start in the middle. All right, so if we start from here, leaving a wider gap than we already did, and then, so this one is a double, but it could actually be a triple, because what we're going to do is do a third and fill it in. And I decided on my version of the step outs, we're just putting all this in one step. So here's the other thought on this. While you could do it this way and ensuring you're leaving a gap, and I think that's going to be safer, because I did it on a couple where I had not a whole lot of space, but here's what you could start from the bottom up. Either way is going to be fine. I am just feeling a lot safer doing it this way, so that way I'm ensured. Here's the that size gap. And then you can always, as you get closer in here, kind of tighten it up. So never mind all of that. Just do it this way. No, just kidding. I share that, of course, just like everything else, so that way you have options. Well, this one I didn't get quite in the middle there, but oh well. Let's leave a nice, same thing, nice gap. Even if it's not in that crevice, I'm not worried about it. We're just going to do it here. Oh, I could. Sometimes I end up hopscotching and, around doing things. Versus doing them in a nice order. Zentangle brings that out in me. I wouldn't normally classify myself as, having like, I have more OCD probably issues than ADD issues, except when we tangle, and then it's just like, oh, I don't, and it probably comes out of, I don't know what to do next, so I'm just gonna, working through that, not worrying about some things. That's my guess. I'm sticking to it. And let's see. Oh, forgot. Well, it's just because this was a little partial. And that way I can see exactly how much. We'll just fill in a little bit there. It makes it look convincing. Ooh, let's do one up here, and then we can fill in that area. Yeah, well, oh, and then here, we'll pretend that I did that there. Yeah. Sometimes if you like doing it this way where you're working underneath, it's, as I like to joke, sometimes you're just making stuff up, but it's all good. All right, we've got it. And then, last step that Suzanne has us doing is some nice straight lines. Well, I say straight, they're just lines. However you end up drawing them is all good. Actually, a little curve could be kind of cool as I'm doing them right now. Ooh, that gives a little bend versus just having them be straight. And what's neat about this is that, well, this wasn't as bad as some, as I was playing with it and doing my step out. I'm like, gosh, this just looks like a hot mess. And then once you do it, and you get all of these lines in, and then we add some shading. Actually, it's even just adding these lines, it's like, oh, look, it doesn't look so bad. It's just magic. And even when you go over like that, it just doesn't matter. I try to not do it. And of course, you can, play with the dimensions. Maybe you don't want to have this much of a space to put these lines in. You could, do it however you want to do it. That's the nice thing, is it doesn't matter. And if you have, jiggly hand issues, because I know, some always talk about that, and don't worry, it just makes it interesting. As long as it's consistent, right? Even if it's not. It just makes it interesting. And then our job, right, is to, I think it's the hardest part of Zentangle, and that is to get used to that and just be okay with, like, well, I meant it that way. And then, it's, if it didn't turn out, this is me talking about me, if it didn't turn out the way I had it in my head, then it's just, well, you just have to just look at it and go, oh, hey, find some neat aspects. Maybe find some things that you could do that might accentuate something, and that could be maybe you want to tidy up some lines. So like I could come back with the pen, I could redefine some of these lines and take care of some of those bumps if I wanted to. Who knows? I mean, there's as long as our brains are open to it, then, we can find ways. I'm just noticing here, to make ourselves happy with what we're doing. Okay, next. Well, you could leave it like that, and it just looks kind of cool, right? It's somewhat reminiscent of crescent moon, where we would start with these, and it's structured a little bit. Well, it could be structured this way as well, with with the big bumps and then auraing around it. It's kind of like doing it the opposite way, but just really, really neat. So I'm putting graphite on the outside edge of all of the scallops that we started with. And I am going, because I did these nice and big, I'm going rather heavy with the graphite. And, oh no, that's green. We don't want that. Wow, I have 100. I'm just kidding. Not really 100. I always exaggerate. Usually I use the number 12 because I like the number 12. But it seems like I've got a ton of tortillons that are graphite. I try to keep one for each color that I might use. So when I use the chalk pencils, or it could be because I was reorganizing and I put all the tortillons in a new place. I'm like, oh, look at all the, okay. So that's what happens. And look at how neat that just magic. Oh my gosh, I love the shading part. And if you go darker, then it makes it a lot more dramatic. So for instance, and let me do this. So this is just with the regular number 2. That's the pencil that came with my Zentangle kit. Let me just, okay, so take a look at that. I want to go darker. So I'm going to use this 9B from Stedler. I think that's how you pronounce it. And I'm just going to add some, just like I just did. But this is, these are the things that I'm learning, not being an art person. It's so fun to learn this stuff. The B means soft, or what did we say? We decided maybe it means black, because so the higher the number, the more of the letter. So that could be of the black or bold or something like that. I don't know. And then the other ones, because they have the H ones, and those are harder. So the higher the number, the harder the pencil. But look at that. So sometimes, especially if you want to have this where you really want to have these neat layers, maybe, oh, look at that. Maybe go get a 9B or 6 or whatever. I mean, and maybe, I would dare say, maybe, don't have to try. I'm going to go around the outside. I'm going to go with this because that was fun. We want to have drama. Because I'm always on a budget. So I always look for, of course, watch for sales, coupons at, your favorite store, or, Michael's is a store by us, and I know that they have their own brand, and it, all brands are a little bit different. So you can always just experiment and have fun and find. Oh no, you know what? Some stores like that, they have like open stock, so you could just go get one. That way you don't have to get a whole set. Which, it might be, more expensive if you're looking at it, per pencil or something like that. But just to give it a try, sometimes I'll do that and then dig in. Now, the challenge with this, and I should have used, is that because the graphite's shiny, they do have, and I didn't use it. They have matte. I want to get rid of. Wait, let's do if I do this. Oh, there we go. Just moved it out of the way so you didn't see that. So the shine isn't taking over. But how neat is that? And all of a sudden, the whole thing is like sunk underneath the border. But anyway. How cool. All right. Neat fill-in. Like I said, it's nice, simple, it's effective, and just a lot of fun. And I'm sure if you wanted to decorate it any other way, of course you can, right? It's your tangle. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please click on the like button. And if you liked it enough to see more, would love to have you be a subscriber to the channel. In the description section, I mentioned links to the step outs. And I always do my own version and then link to the creator of the tangle. That will actually take you to tangle patterns, because that's where this was housed. And below those is my link tree. And so that has links to everything me, everything Tangle Addicts. So if you would like to connect, if you'd like to tangle online, if you'd like to make some new Zentangle friends, we'd love to have you. So in the link tree, I want to highlight our Tangle Addicts community group. So we have a group on Facebook. There are 4 questions that you must answer in order to gain entry, just to let you know. And then, and if you're interested in classes or tangling with other people, I do classes free. A lot of them are free. And then I have some that are paid. I teach on Tuesdays and Thursdays. My time, it's 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. I have the start times are consistent. The free classes are an hour. And then the ones that have a fee are at least an hour and a half, but I've been virgin on 2 hours for some of them. Just depends on what we're doing. So you will see all of that information there on my website. And also, like I said, if you follow me on Facebook or there's some other links for other places that I post classes. So anyway, with that, I think that's enough. Thanks so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.